Oh, what's up, nerds? Back with another video, another writing articles with chat. And we've got definitely a spicy one for this video. And I know that a lot of people are going to have their opinions on everything up and down the board on this. So I hope you are buckled in, because this one is about, you already know, Dr. Disrespect. I've got the vest on, I've got the intro, I've got all the stuff. I'm a Dr. Disrespect dick rider. I idolize Dr. Disrespect. He can do nothing wrong in my eyes. He is my god, and I worship him. So you already know that it's going to be a biased as fuck article. However, this is one that I just like, oh my god, I am so happy with this article. This was such a good discussion with chat, and I'm going to just put everything pretty much straight from the mouth, everything straight from chat, straight everything, because this article is about H3H3, Ethan Klein and the H3 podcast, who was a Twitch darling, who had one of the most popular podcasts on Twitch, who had blown up. I mean, and it was ironic because he did the first podcast where Dr. Disrespect showed his face, was back when the H3 podcast was recorded live and the camera was still running, and Doc took off everything at the end of the podcast, and people were like, and me too, because I was watching it live, I'm like, what? what the fuck did we just see? And it was just like, oh my god. So I mean, the lore goes back, and it is a crazy article, because at the end of the day, I mean, and I have all of the receipts for everything. I try to put as much in, you already know, like we've gone over in all of these videos. The reason why this is writing articles with chat is because ChatGPT allows you to put in Word documents, and the Word documents that I put in have transcripts of all the different sides of the argument, everything that you could find, plus ChatGPT now has the internet, so it's got the internet's take on all this stuff and all of the videos made about Doc and everything. So this is it's just got it's got a super wide foundation for this, and it came out as a pretty great article. We're not going to go into it like crazy. We're just going to, again, scan over everything, all of the opinions, political, left, right, all the different everything. I mean, hey, you can comment it down below, fine, no problem, right? But if you want to have an actual discussion about this stuff, all the actual discussion, any of that in-depth stuff, that's all either on my website, it's on Twitter/X, or it's on Rumble. Again, these videos that are on YouTube that you're watching now, I mean, you might be watching it on Rumble as well, but these videos are just an overview. You get to look at everything. We scroll through, we show the different sides, just get a little bit into it. But we're not actually going to have the discussion, have the whole thing in this video. This is just to give you a little idea on what I think, what I write about, and if you want to explore a little bit more of it, then go for it. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the article. All right, so I wanted to go into a couple of the videos, just a little bit of the background, what's going on. So we've got the H3H3 video, I can't believe this happened, which is essentially describing how Reddit and Twitch enabled these people online, these insane people, to call Child Protective Services and then have Child Protective Services come to interview his children to make sure they're not being traumatized, because if they are, then they are going to take away his children, which, again, you can say whatever you want about, Ethan Klein. It's just a little ridiculous to pretend like someone who spends hundreds of thousands of dollars on security, maids, houses, cleaning, all of this stuff, who has the money, more than enough money to be able to provide for not only an entire vlog crew, but an entire life for his children. It's insane to call Child Protective Services to pretend like he's abusing his children when there are children who, just for example, near me, are being shot at by parents in their houses who are drunk heroin addicts firing off rounds inside the fucking house around their kids. I mean, like, there are so many bigger problems in the world for Child Protective Services to come at, and you've got these deranged lunatics on the internet pretending like Ethan Klein's multi-millionaire kids are, in danger. Like, but, because it's, a valid, because, maybe there's 1%, a half of a quarter of 1% of their argument might be semantically, technically valid, that somehow outweighs the vast majority of everything else. And Twitch and Reddit are basically taking that tiny little semantic side and saying like, oh, well, we don't know. How can you tell? And it's like, use your fucking brain. Use your fucking brain. Stand for something. Like, it's insane that they are taking this fence-riding corporate position to the fucking grave when it's so morally bankrupt and so bullshit, and it's just done for the fucking money. And done for whatever fucking shady reasons, like it's because what? Because Ethan's a Jew and has whatever a political stance about Palestine, that therefore you're allowed to do whatever you want to him because you think he's a Zionist, right? Is that what the fucking argument is? And it's hilarious how back in the day, and this is where we're tying it to Dr. Disrespect, Dr. Disrespect says the same thing. He goes over all of the background of Twitch, all of the corruption but behind the scenes, all of the bullshit that goes around this company, all the fakeness and bullshit that is in that industry, right? Talks about it. September 6th is when he comes out, makes his statement, does all this, right? And says, look, I know what I stand for. I know what the Champions Club stands for. You can see in my actions what the fuck I'm about. And if you really want to think whatever, fine. You can technically think whatever that one little percent. However, you are ignoring the 99% of context, and don't sit on this high horse pretending like you're better than everybody else just because that 1% of an argument might be technically valid. It's like you are in the minority, you are delusional, and it stinks that, hey, I mean, like, oh, well, technically I'm not but delusional. There's a 0.001% that I'm right. It's like, no, society does not function by the 1%. Society functions by the 99%. And so I had this Dr. Disrespect, February 26th. It was funny. Someone donated something that ended up sending Doc on another rant, which was extremely similar to what H3H3 Ethan Klein made in his video, which was March 10th. So I'm sorry, it was before. It all lined up. It lined up in the other way. But so basically, this article, which is titled H3H3 Exposes What Dr. Disrespect Has Known About Internet Culture for Years. This article, I mean, I went through like crazy. I mean, like, look at this thing I gave chat. I gave it this huge, big internet history. Then chat went through and checked me on all of this. Then chat analyzed Dr. Disrespect and what in his transcript and everything that I had showed you. He analyzed all of that, right? Then after that, we had it write the article. It wrote the article. I had it combine some stuff. It ended up kind of like messing up a little bit. So that's why this one, we're really going to go through, and this article is going to have all of, everything from the front, just because in the article it came out written from like a weird, like the articles like that it used like the pronouns and stuff, like it wasn't sure who, like what position it was talking from and stuff. So it was like, it was a good article. It had pretty good meat of it, but like some of the intro and closing was like a little weird. So that's why I wanted to, in this article that we go on the website, linked in the description below, it's going to have the my full context provided, the entire analysis and breakdown by chat, and it's a pretty fucking spicy one because I know everybody on the internet has their own opinion of Dr. Disrespect. I've gotten it already. Half the comments on my videos are, "Oh, you a pedo like Dr. Disrespect? Oh, you worship that creep? Oh, nice vest, all this blah blah blah, all this bullshit." And it's just incredible. Like, you know, hey, if you make it through this article, I really think you're going to learn something. I really think you're going to get an interesting perspective. And hey, if at the end of the day, your opinion is still like, oh, you know, you're a pedo who worships a pedo, like, fine, be it, go for it. But at least you'll understand, you know, a little bit more about the history of the internet, what's going on in the background, and, you know, and I'll appreciate you for you know, taking the time. So, description and everything in the bottom. Smoke grass, eat ass, be excellent to each other. I will see you in the next video. Deuces.